Hi guys, good afternoon. Today's the 26th May, and let's get on to an update on the 100K challenge, and then obviously our quick analysis of US30. Before that, I want to say a big thank you for 100 subscribers on YouTube. Like that's a very nice milestone to hit. And to be honest, I only started this YouTube channel not really for anything, but just as an accountability for my own self, like to make sure that I do my own analysis. Like it's just me spitting out what comes out in my head, if that makes sense, and not to take like irrational traits or emotional traits. So it's really me before taking any traits doing a top down analysis, speaking it out loud, so that I am like very aware of what I'm looking for and what I'm going to be doing moving forward for the rest of the day when it comes to trading. And that's the reason why I started this channel, just to put my own thoughts out there. And I thought that, because as I was learning trading, I did enjoy listening to other people's analysis, just because it's interesting to see how they see the chart. Because one thing I've understood is everybody sees the chart differently. Like what I see may not be something that you see at all, and you may see something totally different. And so therefore, I think it's just interesting to see other people's perspective of what they think price action could do. And then you learn from that. And sometimes you follow somebody and you realize that, hey, you know what? Their thought process is nice. And over time you just start thinking that way, and you pick up those skills as well. And then some of this you just don't click with those, or you don't not say agree, but it's something that you do not click maybe, or it just doesn't resonate with you, so therefore then you just don't listen to it anymore. But having said all of that, it's a very big thank you for this milestone. It's nice, to know that people do enjoy. At the same time, I really love all your comments that's coming in, so thank you for that too. But let's dive into it, okay? So yeah, I just want to show you guys this update. So yesterday we took a L on this, um and this was, I feel like, my bad, because I should have come out of the trade on a manual trade, like just come out of it. So I'll tell you guys. So I took this trade for a buy because I was pretty certain that price was going to do a retracement, even though I know that price was going to be, it's bearish overall, and I know that price will still come down to a certain level that I thought that it will. But then I was pretty confident that it was going to come and go into a retracement at this point. So that's why I entered the buy, if that made sense. Okay. So I entered the buy, it did get us into profits. But then if you guys see, this is on a 1 minute I took it, okay? You guys see there's a support resistance line which we already drew previously, and it was actually rejecting the support resistance lines a couple of times, teetering at this space here, and then it formed the equal. So one thing, if you guys use this indicator, which is your smart money concepts indicator by Lux Algo, what it does do is that you have things that they will print, like break of structure, change of character, and another one is the equal highs, right? So when you have this equal lows and equal highs, what happens is price tends to reverse because it's like a double top, double bottom. It reverses. So when this happened, um, I should have exited the trade at break even at the very least if I still was confident the price was going to go up, or I should have just exited with a small profit, which, it did go up to a certain level here, a quarter of my take profit, to be honest. But no, instead, the next one was a huge plank and it tanked all the way. But having said that, because I was trading against the trend, and I took a very small loss on this. It was $345. See, and that's what I keep reiterating, because these are lessons that I have learned. Because previously I would have done this on a huge lot size, because it's like an ego thing, you're so confident that it's going to go up, and so you take a big lot size and you end up losing like 1,000, 2,000 sometimes. And then what happens, you have to realize, is it's not about just that. It's like you got to make that goddamn money back, especially if you're trading funded accounts. You got to be in profit for you to withdraw any profits. You guys get me? So I've learned, and I kind of forced my mind and myself to go into the least drawn up from the starting capital, just because then you have lesser work in terms of like not having to make the money back. Imagine you start with 100,000 account or even a 10,000 account, and you are in deficit of, or let's say right now the account balance is 6,000. You got to make 4,000 back in order to be at your starting capital at 10,000 before you can see profits. This is assuming that you've passed your challenges, okay? And so if you then hit 10,000, then you make 1,000. So you got 11,000 now. So the $1,000 is your profit. Obviously, it's a split like 70-30 or 80-20, but that's not the point. You need to be in profit, if that makes sense. So it's you've just, you know, made all that 4,000, making that money back, but you don't get a penny of it because you need to bring the money back to the starting capital amount, and then anything above that amount becomes your profit, you know. So it's quite exhausting when you have to kind of keep making back losses, you know, and you don't make a penny out of it. So I try my best to keep it very, very tight because, like I said, you know, if you make a small profit, like if it's 700, $800 each time you trade, that's for like I'm talking about 100,000 account. You just have to win 8 times and you hit the profit target of 8,000, guys. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we get greedy and we try to put a huge lot size and we end up losing a lot, then what happens along the way is that you end up then having to make all that money back, which can be very frustrating because you want to quickly start seeing profits, and then here you are, you know, very emotionally trading because you're trying to make all the money you lost, if that makes sense. So it didn't, you know, make you have to understand there's never a guarantee when it comes to trading. You know, you try and do your analysis, you get confident on your setup, but then things happen, and when that happens, you need to be able to be in a position where your stop loss and the amount that you have lost, the percentage you have risked, is so small that you feel like, okay, I can take that. You know what I'm saying, guys? So this was the trade yesterday. So that was a small loss of 300. But do you know what it is? It went right down to the next previous. I'll show you guys. So you went right down here to the next buy liquidity, but that's also a point. It's just because I'm on a 1 minute chart, it feels like uh oh gosh, I'll do that in a bigger chart anyway. But yeah, on a higher time frame later. But I'll show you guys where it went down to. But so because if I move it, then I'm gonna find this back again on 1 minute. So it came all the way down here, which is quite a bit. So if I had still kept this trade going, I think I would have lost about $700. I was on a 6 lot size, so let's just calculate this. I would have lost, which is still not too bad to be fair, you know. It's less than 1% loss, and it wouldn't have hit. If let's say if I was below this, I doubt I would have gone here. But let's just see this. So 147 times. Oh yeah, I would have lost about $880. So, but then what it did do is he came, took everybody out, took the liquidity, and he went right there and hit my take profit. So I feel like the analysis was not wrong, if you guys get me, but it's just the price decided to go a little bit more lower before it decided to go past the take profit level and hit this. So it did get hit in the end, but yeah, but that doesn't matter, does it? So I'm gonna go back and show you guys where price went. Bear with me, guys. Mhm. Was it this? Do you know what it is? It's just finding all these things for me that's actually so messy. This is, I think, the previous one. This is 22nd. I'm actually going to delete this because why do we have this here? Um, Let me just find the trade that. Oh, it's here. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, it just went down to hit the previous low here. That's all. Uh, there we go. Okay. So it literally went past this weekly low, took everybody out on that, and then decided to go up, hit this, rejected this zone, which we have marked up previously. You can see all these rejections. Now it is coming back. Okay, so that's that, guys. Okay, so yeah, I was actually going to show you guys a better picture of whether it would have come back previously, but okay, maybe that was another trade because I did think there was a previous low at the equal lows previously, but it did not. So it came down, took everybody out here, and decided to go back up. Yeah, it did this week. If you see this weekly or a daily draw line, I'll tell you what this yellow line is in a bit. I think this was yesterday's video where I drew this yellow line. It's basically a trend line. Um, can you guys see? So it's basically a trend line up, and price rejected it yesterday. And now we're going to see to the upside. Now the question really is price actually going to push all the way up already? Do we have a rally going up? So now coming to our daily analysis, I personally do think price will it still has got potential to drop. So I do think price is still bearish. I am gonna on my 200. I'm gonna off this hull trend and all of that. Okay, there we go. So price here is bullish on the weekly, but I do think price could come down to test this bullish order block here. Okay, so yeah, and if you look at a daily, price could go up here to test this. Previously, it did reject this here, and price could literally go up there and then tank. So I will be quite wary about to see whether it's really a bullish trend up. I would wait for market structure breaks, honestly. Um, yeah, so having said that, we could possibly have a retracement going up because obviously we do need a deep retracement, just so that we can then take the cells down, isn't it? Okay, so if you were to do a retracement, I'll show you guys. I'm just going to mark up. So basically, I'm going to take it from this to this, right? And round about here is where is the 0.382. Obviously, price could go all the way up here or even here, deeper retracement, which is great, which is this cell on a block here and then tank all the way. Um, Yeah, this is just my thought process, guys. So I do think price possibly could go for a retracement right now. So we could be looking for buys, but I will be waiting to see what happens. We have got news at 1:30, so I will wait to see what is the bias for that and also the 2:30 New York bell. And then I'll make a decision once the New York bell hits because I think it's very important to know each session what the bias is going to be like based on the opening candles. So I would personally just wait a little while, maybe an hour, 2 hours, and just to see what the bias is going to be for the rest of New York, and then we can go into it. So it could possibly be a rally up, or it could be a strong fake out and then drop right back down, if you guys understand. Okay, so because you see here, bullish momentum seems to have stopped at this order block here, and we have had a couple of rejections go on. So it could possibly try to be, because it keeps trying to go up there, it could possibly go all the way up and try and reach this. Around this area was the 33050 around here was the zero point 0.3 FIB retracement. So I'm probably going to bear in mind the FIB retracement levels, follow that along, but I will be waiting for the 1:30, 2:30 bell. And if it's going to be buys, then I will obviously drop to the smaller time frames, which is already set up for a buy on a 5 minute. Even no, 15 minutes is still a sell. And then obviously we've got the 1 minute, which is a buy. So we'll be taking it on a smaller time frames, but we are having nice buys here, which is fantastic. But right now it's consolidating, guys. Okay. But look at this. I'm actually gonna on this thing for you guys, half trade house. We did have a nice buy signal about an hour or so ago, which I didn't take, but this was beautiful, right? Look at that. This was a nice swing up, to yesterday's level of interest where it did go up into this order block here, right? Yesterday it did do that. Right price is pushing that up again. So it's just a question of whether it's retesting this order block, and it's going to push. But you see, this was already the retest candle and we had a drop, and this came to like, a rejection of this. So I do think price could be really rallying up. Having said that, guys, this is before New York price is rallying up, so it could finish the rally before that, and then we could see a drop for New York. So this is just what's running on my head. So yeah, so just be careful when you guys are trading. I'm not entering any trades at this moment. I'm just going to wait for 1:30 bell, 2:30 bell, and then enter it after because you get a lot of volatility after New York bell hits, and so you do get quite nice moves during that time, and they're very quick as well, especially if you're trading the 1 minute time frame, 5 minutes time frames. Whether it's a win or a lose, it happens relatively quickly. You guys get me? You're not going to be stuck in a trade for like very long, unless it's a consolidation that's happening. But yeah, so that's my analysis. So I do think price has got a deep retracement to go to, but I also do think that overall we are still bearish because on a higher time frame, it's like this could be just a fake out. I don't look at this as a structure break as of now. So I would still bear in mind of the trend at the moment in the higher time frames, which is bearish, clearly. Okay, it's just the lower time frames is giving you a small bullish retracement, but on a higher time frame, we are still bearish. So I would just trade with caution if you're trading against the trend. If you're going to trade like a bullish momentum, then drop down to the lower time frame so that you are trading with the trend as well. Okay, guys, so I will be looking for signals with the half trend as well, and the Hell Suite. And just before I go, for those of you who have been attempting this half trend house suite, I did adjust my half trend settings to 8 instead of 5. So the original settings is 2, and then I changed it to 5, and now I moved it to 8, just because I think that this it gives us more accurate signals. Because if the lower the number means you get more signals, but then they are also quite unpredictable. Like they're not as accurate as I would like them to be, if that makes sense. So I'd rather catch one and then get a nice move, if that makes sense. Okay. So, but also bearing in mind that you really cannot be taking everything that prints. That's what I don't do that, just because I think it's very exhausting, and also, I don't think it's going to be a nice probable win. So therefore, at the end of the day, as I've always said, indicators are there to help you, guide you along, I suppose, give you the extra confirmation, but you do need to know how to analyze your charts, your price action, be able to kind of do a top down analysis and know what you are looking for. And then you add the indicators to kind of then give you the signals that you're looking for. You guys get me? Okay, guys. So see you guys next week, and I will do an update if I did do any trades today. I will do another 100K account update to let you guys know where we are with that. But at the moment, as of today, without taking any trades for the Friday, at the end of Thursday, let's put it, we are up about 3.3% in total. So which is still a lot bad. It's amazing. Okay. So, and we still got a long more time. I think we're only 11 days in since the time we've taken the trade. So we do have like another 20, no, we've got another 20 days plus minus, And like I said, if we are in profit, we can get an extension for free. So there's nothing to fret. So it's always important to preserve your capital. Slow and steady always wins the race. And you learn along the way and it gives you a more sustainable way of trading, guys. Because you may take this on a very huge lot size, you may win this rally anyway, just bid and get your account done, which I have done before, by the way. But the thing is, it's not sustainable because you do not get lucky all the time. As much as you might get this huge win and literally make a couple of grand because your lot size was huge, you could have easily done this and tanked it and lost your account as well. So never gamble with it. It's a lesson. We all have to keep learning from lessons and never to repeat it. And so, but I've done it many times over this this wrong way of trading, and I think it's just not going to get anybody anywhere. And so therefore it's important to learn that, learn a very sustainable way of trading so that we can keep it profitable and keep it going on a long term basis, the skill set that we all put in so much time and effort to learn. So yeah, so that's from me today, and enjoy the rest of your weekend and see you guys next week.